Welcome back to another episode of Frozen Oil. I'm Rich. We got Wayne back in the house today. Welcome.
Thank you.
And the Oilers fall 4-3 against the Vancouver Canucks in Game 3 of the Stanley Cup playoffs. Another unfortunate one.
Yeah, hey, tonight we got we ran into a hot goalie. What can you say?
Ran into a hot goalie for sure. The shots were tonight 45-18 for the Oilers. That includes 4 goalposts, by the way. So the Oilers totally dominated them on the shot clock, but they just could not beat this goalie. This could have easily been a 6 or 7 goal performance by the Oilers. Probably would have came up with the win if that was the case, but the way their luck's been going lately, that didn't happen. So let's get right into the scoring summary. So in the first period, couldn't ask for a better start. The Oilers get a power play, and Mattias Ekholm makes it 1-0 for the Oilers. Crowd's into it.
Perfect start. You couldn't ask for a better one.
Perfect start. Then brutal call on Leon Draisaitl for interference. We both completely disagree with that call. Correct?
No, he barely touched him, but give Lindholm, I think it was, credit. He sold it a bit.
Sold it, but I mean, I thought the league called all the teams about this embellishment thing, so obviously, that didn't ring true for the Vancouver Canucks. Regardless, they go on the power play, and Lindholm makes it a 1-1 game. Shortly after that, Brock Boeser with a very aggressive forecheck from JT Miller gets him the puck, and Boeser makes no mistake. It is now 2-1 Vancouver. Still in the first period, brutal giveaway by Foegele, right on the stick of Boeser, and that's a 3-1 game now for Vancouver going into the second period.
And I'm sure Foegele obviously would want that back, but hey, hockey's a game of mistakes. It happens. We're still okay at this point. You'd like to think. It's still early.
Going on to the second period now, Oilers get another power play opportunity, and Leon Draisaitl makes no mistake, making it a 3-2 game for the Canucks. Then, with 17:35 mark of the second period, Lindholm makes it a 4-2 game. I have no idea how he stepped on the puck coming in mid-slap shot and somehow kicked it towards his stick to tap it in. That's a goal you'd like to see Skinner save, in my opinion.
Yeah, absolutely.
But we can't get that big save when we need it, unfortunately. Moving on to the third period, all Oilers. I think Vancouver recorded 7 shots in the second and third period combined. So all Oilers in the third period, and Bouchard makes it exciting. Takes a slap shot from the point, goes in off a Canuck. But at the end of the day, they can't close it out, and the Canucks win 4-3. So just some thoughts on the officiating tonight, Wayne. Me personally, I thought it was brutal. Some of these calls were ridiculous. The ones that stood out to me, I already mentioned the Draisaitl one. Then there was a Nurse cross-checking penalty. He barely touched him. Nothing compared to what the Oilers have been receiving. That totally takes the wind out of the Oilers' sails, the crowd out of it. And then another brutal one, in my opinion, was the bench minor assessed to Corey Perry when Kane fell into the bench. Those 3 penalties in the playoffs, not in the playoffs, doesn't matter. Those aren't penalties, in my opinion.
Yeah, the whole series, I think, has been kind of weak. We could agree that both ways, though. Both ways. We're not going to sit here and say that they're picking on the Oilers. They're going both ways. But tonight, definitely, the refs could have done a better job for sure.
So we talk about the officiating, but we're going to move on now to the main reason I felt that, we both felt, obviously, that the Canucks came out on top today, and that was their goalie, Silovs.
He played a great game. If that's going to happen, you're going to run into a hot goalie once in a while. But tonight was Silovs' night. Give him credit. Rookie came in here, stood the crowd. It was a hostile environment for him, and he came up big.
Yeah, 45 shots on net by the Oilers.
4 posts as well.
4 posts, so that puts it at 49 if you want to count those. And the Vancouver Canucks muster up 18 shots. They score 4 goals on 18 shots, and I believe they had like 7 shots in the second and third period combined. So total domination stats-wise for the Oilers in the second and third period, but once again, they can't come up with the win. So outstanding performance by Silovs, and another average another average performance from Skinner. Yeah, I mean, is there a nicer way to say it?
No, there isn't really. I guess he's average, and some nights he's above average. But does he stand on his head? Very rarely. But most teams don't have goalies that will stand on their head, right, on a regular basis. Tonight, Silovs did, and we just got to find a way to get them through.
So that's gonna bring us to our last topic. Soucy's cross-check to McDavid's face happened at the 20-minute mark of the third period. My opinion, that's deserving of a suspension. You can't hit the best player in the league by a landslide.
You can't hit any player in the league.
You can't, but it makes it even worse. I feel it makes it even worse because it's McDavid, because I feel he doesn't get all the calls that he deserves to draw penalties a game, and I feel that the more you let this go on and on and on, eventually it's going to lead to somebody, feeling like they can go cross-check him in the face because nothing's getting called on him. So, I don't know. That's my opinion. It was a brutal play. There has to be an answer to it, whether it's the league with a suspension or whether the Oilers have to answer that. That was a brutal cross-check.
100%. You don't want to see that. You can't see that. It was terrible to see, and hopefully, we hear from the league on that one. Send a message, and for us, we gotta stand up for our best player. We gotta stand up for our teammates. So, would have liked to see more of a response there myself, but hey, it's playoffs, and we'll see what happens from the league and the Oilers into the next game.
Well, that's going to do it for today's video. Thanks for watching. If you haven't already, please consider subscribing. Thanks for coming on the show, Wayne. Really appreciate it. Hopefully it's better circumstances next time.
It will be.
And most importantly,
go Oilers, go!